Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Disabled is Abled. This is our Thanksgiving edition. Hey, what up, Fredy and Eli?
What up?
Oh, this is what we're talking about.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Thanksgiving. Everyone's getting ready for the holidays.
Yep.
And so are we. How you guys feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good. Feeling great.
A lot of food in me. Gained 25 pounds.
That turkey. Oh my God. Me just thinking about it. It's just I start drooling in my head.
Nice. Well, we had a lot of NBA action.
We did.
This is a weird time because normally NBA action is already
finished. Yeah,
already finished, and guys are already in training camp.
Right.
So let's talk about some of the transactions, some of the trades, some of the free agent moves.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
I love this time of year.
So we get the Lakers, who I think were the big winners.
Yeah.
Yeah. As of right now.
Hold on, I just want to hit the clap button. Congratulations.
On that.
They set up their team to get a back-to-back.
Yeah, back-to-back.
They really did. I thought they shored up. They got younger and faster and more experience. I think the Schroeder deal.
Wesley Matthews.
That started it off.
Yeah.
And then Wesley Matthews is a tough guy.
All I need him to do is perform better than Danny Green. That's it.
And that shouldn't be too hard to do because Danny was having a terrible year.
Yeah.
I don't care what nobody say. We brought back KCP.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. I wanted them to do a sort of sign and trade, see what they would have gotten for him.
They still might. They still might
trade him with Kuzma.
They might trade him with Kuzma because I don't think
trade deadline.
I don't think Pelinka is finished. Right. But at least when I looked at it, KCP hit 39% of his threes
in the bubble.
No, even all season, and he defended. I had an off-on relationship with him.
We all did.
Some days he looked good, some days he didn't. But in that bubble, he came to defend.
He definitely did.
And he did his job. We add Montrezl.
Yeah,
that was shocking.
That was a steal.
That was a steal.
And for the minimum too.
You know what I mean? Because what he's gonna bring energy. LeBron likes energy players.
And now, when y'all play the Clippers twice or 3 times, you know he's gonna go off.
Yeah.
He's gonna attempt to. We'll talk about the Clippers because they did okay with
Serge
Ibaka. Because he helps change the dynamics. The Marc Gasol move.
Yeah, that was the sleeper.
Yeah.
He's different than Dwight and McGee. But he can hit the three, which means he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, no, and you can give it to him in the post now.
Right, pick and roll.
He's a great passer too.
Oh, great passer.
Them touchdown
and that's
passes.
another thing. When you have another passer on the floor, it gives LeBron a break.
Right, and he was a original Laker who we traded for Pau Gasol as well.
Absolutely, and so
it made sense.
It all comes back full circle, and we picked up Jordan Bell.
Oh,
Jordan Bell from the Cleveland.
And that might pan out. Will he get a few
you can throw lobs to him now.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a dunker.
So I think the Lakers were the big winners.
Coming off your bench too is Alonzo.
McKinney.
Alonzo McKinney, championship experience.
So
3-point shooter.
I'm gonna say the Lakers and Pelinka did very well.
I like how they approached this free agency. They basically were in the mindset of like, okay, we didn't win anything.
Let's
try to bring it and
let's not rest on our laurels.
Because theoretically, if the bubble wouldn't have happened, their momentum, we would have known what would have happened if it were fans were in the stadium. The whole energy would have changed. And I think Rob noticed that this team is good on paper, but for a whole 82 game season, I don't think they would have been.
Yeah.
They would have got to where they.
So, you got to be good, healthy, and lucky to win a title.
Yeah.
The second team that comes with a big win is the Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, clap that up.
Clap that up for
the Hawks did well.
Can definitely be a number 5th seed, 6th seed with the roster that they have because they signed Rondo for $15 million.
Yes.
That was
that was a steal for them.
And he's going to be there to teach Trey how to play the position.
Yeah. And I'm glad they took him away from the Clippers.
I am too.
Yeah.
I am too.
And they stole Bogadanovic.
Right. Sacramento still has a couple of hours.
Right.
But
to
it doesn't look like they're going to match that offer.
Because then you would be, like Freddie said off camera to me, he was saying that they'd be over the salary cap. Because then you would have Fox and Buddy Hield and Bogdanovic trying to pay all three players.
Right.
And they still got to pay their center.
Yes. Yes.
So they're not trying to do that.
So he goes to the Hawks, which kind of does that hurt the Bucks now?
Yes. If Bogdanovic was with the Bucks, it would have added such another dimension to what they do because of his shooting, his ball handling. See, once you get Giannis off the ball,
and don't try to put up the wall.
Yeah.
So Drew Holiday is a creator, and Bogdanovic
is a creator.
So who do they have to refill that spot with now?
They gotta find a shooter. I don't know if they're gonna find it
now. It's a lot more limited now.
Right.
Because a lot of people are off the board. VanVleet would have been good for them.
Right, but he resigned with Toronto.
He wanted to get paid,
and they already had Drew Holiday at the point guard position.
Exactly.
So they need a shooter who can dribble the ball.
Oh, and I'm sorry, they also signed Chris Nunn.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta signed Nunn.
They got better defensively, which I like.
Yes, I like that as well. So
Danilo Gallinari.
Yeah, and the Gallinari piece.
They signed him. He is the first player ever to make an excess of $20 million who has not been in the All-Star game.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So,
that's how important shooting is.
Yep.
Wow.
The premium on shooting. If you can shoot, there's a job for you.
Yeah.
And back to the Lakers, Markieff Morris resigns.
Yeah.
That was big too for the shooting.
That was huge.
Again, shooting is important in this draft and
stretching the floor.
And to be honest with you, they got the better Morris.
Yeah.
Yes. Not the one that's getting paid the most, because his brother got paid $64 million, and he getting paid $2 million. So it's a lot of money. Yeah. The Knicks signed Austin Rivers. I thought that was a good deal.
Yeah, I like what the Knicks have been doing.
His father played for the Knicks.
Yeah,
people forget that. Doc Rivers played for the Knicks. He did. So I'm curious to see will he take his dad's number if it's available. And the Knicks, what I am proud about them, they had $40 million. They didn't just waste it. They said, we'll spend it next year when the free agency market. Because, sometimes teams panic and they spend the money. The Knicks said, we're not going to spend it if nothing out here worth it.
They did a lot of trading, which got them a lot of second-round picks.
Yes.
Got rid of those, 1-year deals.
Got rid of those.
Yes.
We cut off $40 million, like you said, which I feel like we could have traded a few of them. But when I was really thinking about how to make the trade work, we would have had to take somebody else's salary. So it makes sense why they just cut him off.
Yes.
And we save all that money.
So next year is the big free agent market, so the Knicks could make a splash.
The Knicks did make a splash in the draft.
With Obi Toppin at number 8.
Hometown hero.
Hometown, and this guy from
Brooklyn.
Seton Hall can also play.
Right.
So they got
box office.
They got the Player of the Year, the Big East Player of the Year, and the AP Award Player of the Year. So the Knicks drafted well. Clap that up. They drafted well.
Yeah, they drafted that center from Kentucky as well.
Yes, Knox.
Yeah.
You talking about last year?
No, I'm talking about this year. They drafted a center from Kentucky who's really good.
Oh, okay. So the Knicks did well in their draft. Sad news, Klay Thompson tore his Achilles. And it's unfortunate because we're 3 weeks away from training camp.
Right, and he was coming off an ACL tear.
And you know how hard he was working to get in shape.
Waiting for the Splash Bros to return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we got our pick that we with James Wiseman.
Honestly, I was shocked. Sorry to cut you off, but I was shocked that we actually went through with the pick.
Yeah, I thought they would trade it.
I thought they were going to trade it.
Yeah, but
I think the situation with Klay might have said, you know what?
They might have got the call 30 minutes before,
right,
about the injury, and they were like, "All right." And I don't think they would have got a lot of offers.
This kid Wise is the best in the draft. His 7-foot wingspan, his ability to move up and down the floor. I think Golden State is going to be the perfect team for him because they like to run and space the floor.
And they never had a true center besides Bogut.
Right. So this is going to bring them back to a true center they can throw lobs to.
Right.
I don't know what his shooting is like away from the basket.
Yeah.
But
But back to Clay, coming off of rehabbing with a torn ACL on your left knee, and then your right lower leg gives out with an Achilles. Those are the two injuries you don't really want to have back-to-back seasons.
You gotta think about it too. It's both. It's like on a separate leg. So mentally, you gotta tell your brain that you have to overcompensate on this one, but you can't overcompensate on the one you just healed because it's still healing.
And that's the problem that they run into.
That's a lot harder. Because if it would have been on the same leg, probably would have been a little easier mentally to deal with the rehabilitation. But because it's not, it's harder. And
looking at the Warriors as a team, the dynasty to me, that nail is shut.
Yeah.
Because of this injury. Yeah. Because I did have hopes that they can squeeze maybe one or two with the decent trade of like Wiggins and Wiseman and Eric Pascal's and another first round pick. Yeah. But with that injury, you gotta sit you have to settle with the picks that you have.
Yes. Yeah.
And now they can still trade for a big superstar because a lot of superstars are now requesting trades like John Wall and
Bradley Beal
and James Harden. But by this point, it's pretty much that. And by the time they fully come back as a squad, Steph is going to be 34 and Draymond and Clay are going to be 32.
And I don't think Clay is ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
I think his shooting will be, but he won't be that two-way player.
Yeah, that two-way player. Defensively, he's going to lag a lot.
Yeah. So, but does he... So, how does he come back from? Because when we talk about drop off, basically what I'm saying is how big is the drop off?
His shot, his drop off is going to be defensively.
Okay.
I think offensively he's still going to be able to stroke the basketball.
Like the system of Golden State, you got to understand is catch and shoot mainly.
Right.
And that's what he thrives on. He extends it out the box
with
when
the defense.
KD was there with the defense and with the fact that he's able to make his own shot in the clutch. Right. When Steph is not having a good game.
Right.
So I feel like he's gonna lack in that department where he's gonna have to come up and make up a shot, but then he's gonna lack confidence because of these terrible leg injuries that he has.
So we send our well wishes.
Yeah.
You guys did pick up Kelly Oubre Jr.
We did pick up Kelly Oubre Jr.
And I think
he's an up and coming guy. Yeah.
That works for us. And we picked up Clint Benzemore from Atlanta.
Oh, Kent Bazemore.
He's good. They picked him up yesterday. He's another guy, a D&3 kind of guy.
And he used to play for Golden State back in the day.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And Donovan Mitchell signs a 5-year, $195 million deal to stay with the Jags.
A lot of extensions.
Jason Tatum gets an extension for $195 million.
Fox.
De'Aaron Fox got the same
5-year deal, $163 million
for Fox.
Brandon Ingram, 5-year deal, $158 million for New Orleans.
Ingram.
This was today.
And Bam Adebayo.
That's your guy.
From Miami,
All of those claps for that
money. A lot of claps today.
So, we want to
just give me one. Just give me $1 million. That's all
I sit on the bench.
Give me one.
Now here's the thing: talking about Miami now? Do they have enough cap space to get Giannis still? I don't know.
Yes,
I believe they do.
I think they do.
Yeah, they're structured and situated for 2021. Everybody is structured.
Because you got Kawhi, Paul George, LeBron, and Giannis.
And watch this: Anthony Davis might sign a 1-year deal. So him, LeBron, Giannis, Paul George,
and Kawhi.
He might sign a 2-year with a play option.
All of them,
like LeBron.
Right? All of them are out there.
Right.
Next year.
Right.
So whoever has free agency money, it could be a thing.
It could be.
Yeah. Right. Because they only have technically Jimmy in the books, Bam in the books, and that's pretty much it because they.
What about Dragic?
They reduced his. He was a free agent. They reduced how much they pay him. I think they pay him a little bit more than the minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's it.
So, and he's on a 1-year deal.
All right. Well.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
Baseball. We have some disturbing news. Robinson Cano was suspended the entire year for steroids use, no pay.
Yeah.
What do we have on that, Freddie?
It's very distraught news. One of my dearest friends has been suspended due to performance-enhanced drugs. There's 1,000 drugs.
Absolutely.
Players are notified that they cannot take,
Right,
and they have to ask permission with their team doctors in order to take a certain type of drugs when they take it, either for even if it's for healthy reasons to clean out your system.
Right.
There's certain drugs that
How long do you need the notification? I'm talking about the okay from the higher ups.
I'm not sure on that, but I know it has to go through them first before you even
Can take it.
Because
That could,
you're not giving yourself the liability of okay, I'm just doing this on my own, unless you know for a fact this drug is not in the list.
Right. Because I'm thinking to wait that long. Say I'm having an injury and I'm waiting that long to get it okay. I don't have that long.
Now, if it's a physical injury and it's for the doctor gives the okay right away.
Oh,
right.
But if it's something for your own personal use, then that's when you have to wait.
And the sad thing about it is a lot of these drugs are sold over the counter.
Yes.
Right.
And you still can't take them. So that's what confuses a lot of players.
Yes.
They figure if it's over the counter, how bad can it be? But the list is strenuous.
And then also, too, a lot of these players who come from South America, they're not as educated
and how to
read these type of drugs. Right. They're not given a proper lecture as to what these drugs contain, why they're on the list in the first place, stuff like that. Because all they're focusing on is playing the game that they grew up loving.
Yeah. And so that means they have to get interpreters now. Or, the team doctors. Everything has to go through the team doctor. And it's unfortunate because Cano was on a Hall of Fame
level, trajectory level.
Yeah.
This man his career was immaculate when he was with the Yankees.
Yeah,
yes.
Definitely was.
Never got injured.
Even with the Mets.
In the Mets, he had 1 year, and this year that he was on COVID, he was improving.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And in Seattle, he got paid with Seattle. He did good. He got caught with PED in Seattle because again he was not educated, and one of the doctors just gave him a drug and he just took it, so he got caught. But then this time, he got caught again. But
it's a lot of logistics. We can't say at the moment.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
And there's no proper way you can handle this.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's really not.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
NFL Action Week 11. Whew. We had some good games. But we're going to start off with the bad news. Joe Burrow tore his ACL and MCL.
And they're saying that there might be something significantly still wrong with the knee.
Yeah. Basically, from the news that I read, his whole knee has to be reconstructed.
Yeah.
Which is terrible.
And this is happening because there was no preseason and no training camp. They didn't tackle each other. They couldn't tackle each other until week 3 or week 4, right before the season started.
Yeah. Oh, because the COVID thing. Remember when we watched the
Hard Knocks? They couldn't
tackle each other.
Which is weird when you play a contact sport.
You need to be in game shape.
Well, that doesn't affect him because you don't hit the quarterback. However,
but I'm just saying,
what happened on the play? Did he get chopped on his knees? He got pulled down from behind.
Probably.
And one of the previous plays, he got the fumble. Young got the fumble, and that was a hard hit too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's probably a combination.
Because
but a lot of players around him, and what I've been reading as well, they were telling him not to run. They were like, dude, stay in the pocket. We understand you want to run, but do not run because you don't have the speed and the agility to
handle that impact.
Early on in the season, on the Instagram page, they would post the clips from Joe, and he was learning from other players how to dive. He was or slide, you know. he was trying to learn how to do it correctly because he was doing it wrong. Mm-hmm. So that was already like a red flag.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And I was thinking, too, I'm like, because the reason why I say that it's been going up because of the training camp, because there's been 12 players, Saquon Barkley, Nick Bosa.
Plenty.
And don't get me wrong, I get that this is a sport, but it's been really high because there's no contact.
No, all other positions have to have contact. The quarterback is the one that they don't hit during practice.
During practice, true.
So all the other injuries are a direct result of, you know.
And you know, ACLs, MCLs, they're common within athletes, but you got to understand that, like, they're still human.
Yes.
And so, like, it's hard.
And, like, what you would always say, your bodies are not meant to
take
those kind of punishments.
Punishment, hits, pressure is really not.
So prayers for Joe Brown, who'll be back.
Yeah, prayers for all the players who have ACLs, MCLs, everything wrong with their knees.
Yeah.
You know?
We had the Seahawks beat the Cardinals. That was a good game.
Yeah, good game. I like I said last week when Kyle Murray threw the Hail Mary to Hopkins, I like this kid. But he just needs to, like, his accuracy be getting me upset.
Okay, so you tell me about it. You were watching
because I was watching the game and I'm like, he plays exactly like Russell Wilson, just a little smaller. He reminds me of Russell Wilson. His just accuracy, it's like, you know, I get it. He's a rookie, so he
ain't a rookie no more.
Well, I mean, this is like his second year. That's what I mean. Like
this is his third year. No, his second.
No, his second year. Yeah,
right. But he has to work on his accuracy.
He needs to work on his accuracy because there was a lot of dude. You have the weapons to take them far.
Gotcha.
The defense is solid. You know, kind of bend don't break, but it's just like. On a lot of plays, he was wide open. He's overthinking. He's either overthrowing it or he's trying to do something. And then when he runs out to the pocket, I get that you're trying to get extra yards because you're fast. But either when you don't have it, either make something up. Is what I'm saying.
Improvise.
There we go.
Okay. But I guess Seattle is showing that they're still the cream of the crop.
Yeah, that was a huge win for them because they had lost that game.
And they had to establish who's going to take the top of the.
Yes.
The division because we'll get into...
they were a little shaky. They were getting me nervous, I'm not going to lie.
Right. Yeah. And Russell Wilson hasn't been playing like a MVP the last couple weeks, but I get it because their defense is not...
And it's all depending on how you finish.
Right.
So when they get to the playoffs, we expect them to do big things.
Rams won last night, so now they have to fight the Rams for that.
Steelers are 10-0. When do we start saying...
I mean, well... Look, they're gonna make it to the playoffs no matter what now.
We know that.
Yeah, we know that.
So
how many wins do you give them?
I give them 3 more.
I gotta see the schedule, but I'm gonna definitely give them next week because it's Baltimore and they looking.
Yeah,
that's a divisional game, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That division game goes
Thursday night for Thanksgiving game. We'll see who wins that one. I give them 3 more.
Okay, 3 more wins.
Yeah.
So
I think they'll go 14-2. I think they'll go 14-2, which will be just enough. For that number 1 seed.
And to me, that's not really going to matter to the playoffs because I saw the Patriots go 9-0 last week. I mean, talking about last year. Just because of the easy schedule and then those last few games, they were struggling.
Yeah. I want to see how they do in the last few games where, like, the competition gets a little harder.
Right.
Yeah, of course. I mean, nobody here thinks they're going to go undefeated. So
No.
The Titans beat the Ravens. That was a big game.
Because now the Ravens have lost 2 straight in a row now.
Right.
They lost to the Patriots the night before last week, and now the Titans.
Yeah, Derrick Henry went for 133 yards.
I don't know if it's the defense. I don't know if it's Lamar. I don't know what's going on in Baltimore.
And game-winning touchdown. He got the
game-winning touchdown, which was real big in that game.
So what are the problems with Baltimore right now?
I think it's defensively, but also when you have a one-dimensional quarterback.
Yeah. Side note. I don't know what Freddie thinks, but me and my dad think that Lamar is overrated.
Yeah, we think he's a little overrated. He had a good year, which won him
the MVP,
the accolades. But at the end of the day, now teams have the extra.
They have the game plan on.
They have the game plan.
And what you always say is that first year, when you don't know how to operate against a new fresh quarterback, that second year they're gonna figure it out.
They're gonna figure it out. And then the adjustment is on you to make.
Except for Patrick Mahomes, because Patrick Mahomes is
he's an anomaly.
He's an anomaly.
He cannot
he
stopped.
has size, speed, and arm. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's an anomaly.
He Lamar has everything else except the arm.
So how serious do we take
even the size?
The Baltimore? Are they contenders?
No, they're pretenders right now.
pretenders. I like that.
They're pretenders. They're not
that.
contenders.
All right, next game.
Unless your defense just randomly shows up in the next few weeks,
Right.
there is no way they're gonna make this playoff.
The Colts beat the surprisingly Packers
Yeah.
in an overtime game.
Yeah.
We was watching this game last Sunday, and it was good. I'm sorry. Aaron Rodgers threw for like 3 touchdowns. They was up by 14 at this point, and then the second half came and they didn't score a single.
Yeah. That means you got to give the Colts
defense a lot of credit.
And
that second half, they came out and they really made adjustments, and it really disturbed Aaron Rodgers.
And I'd be forgetting Phillip Rivers is their quarterback.
Yeah,
so
Rivers.
He's a veteran quarterback.
He is a veteran quarterback, but I just don't like the way he operates when it's crunch time. He kind of either he throws too many interceptions for me.
He does.
Yeah, he reminds me of Tony Romo.
Oh, right. In the clutch.
Yeah, in the clutch.
Interception.
In the interception, right?
Yeah, because he basically did that, and then he gave the ball to Aaron Rodgers, which made him tie the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers threw a perfect throw you watch
That
Aaron Rodgers.
That throw was insane.
Triple coverage, got them in field goal position, goes into overtime.
Like, I've never seen nothing like that.
They get the field goal toss, talking about the Packers, and then he throws it to one of his wide receivers, fumbles the ball. Critical.
That's not Rodgers' fault, though.
It's
but
not.
It's going to go down.
It's going to go down
as his fault.
And
getting the field goal position, Colts win the game. That was a huge win for the Colts.
Yeah,
huge.
Colts on the come up. I like what they're doing. I like their receiving core with Michael Pittman Jr. He's a good rookie.
Good. The game of the week was probably the Chiefs and Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I was watching this game, and the eye test tells me if the Raiders meet them in the playoffs, the Raiders going to give them some problems.
Yeah, then they're the only team that's not afraid of them.
Yeah,
they're averaging 35 points against the Chiefs.
Right.
And even though I knew whoever got the ball last, if it was, Mahomes, he was going to win, and he did.
And here's the thing: when you was telling me that the Raiders should have won this game, I was thinking, okay, I understand what you're saying, but I also thought too that the Raiders defense wasn't that impressive.
No, it wasn't. But it
was just a real offensive game.
But they play with no fear against this team.
They do.
And so they're not afraid of this team. And I thought they could have hung the second L on this team had they ran the clock right.
Should they ran it because when they got the ball, it was 5 minutes left, and they ran it to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah, it was only about so much they could do.
It was just amazing how Patrick Mahomes operates.
Yeah,
he scored in
15 seconds. Yeah, I'm like, bro, 7 plays and just.
Yes.
Like, I was looking at it, I looked at my phone, looked up, he was already like halfway down the field. I was like, oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
And on the play, you have Kelsey right in front of you. You let him go right past you.
Oh, I saw
which
that.
forces the cornerback who was guarding Tyreek Hill to go over to him. So now Patrick Mahomes has 2 choices. I can either throw it to wide open to Kelsey or to Hill, who's right in the corner.
Yeah, and then the cornerback was upset with the linebacker because he didn't move.
Yeah.
He was like, dude,
this is
crunch
called
time.
A trick play.
Yeah.
Which, when they go back and watch the tape again, they'll go, oh, I see.
And Shannon Sharp did say on the interception that Mahomes did throw, his wide receiver peeled back a little bit. That's why it looked like Patrick threw it straight to the defender. Right. That's why Patrick was saying after the pick, you were supposed to come towards me.
I noticed you didn't put Tampa Bay losing on here.
Oh, no. Look, we had too much information already.
Okay.
Now, real quick on that, grass and green on the other side.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you guys. Because y'all want to blame Bill Belichick and say, oh my God, it's Bill Belichick's fault and da-da-da-da.
Why you coming at my boy Tom like that?
Because I don't like the way that they're operating like it's Bill's fault that it was Tom who left.
No, I think
it was a mutual breakup.
Listen, guys.
Both of y'all were to blame. Am I wrong?
No. Those are all valid points. But let's just get to Tom. Here's the thing. See, the difference between Tom and, let's say, LeBron James. LeBron James can affect the game on both sides of the ball.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he needs a steal, he can
go
get it. If he needs a rebound, a block.
Right.
Tom Brady can only affect the game on one side of the ball.
Right.
So if he throw 5 touchdowns, it don't matter if the defense gives up 6. So, but with that being said, I'm not making excuses. His long ball accuracy is off. That's because the chemistry with his receivers is off. You can't. Next year they'll be better.
Yes, I do agree with that.
It's not like the receivers are not trying, because obviously they got 2 fought for touchdowns from Mike Evans pushing it in, and Goodwin also pushing it in.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So
also on one drive he's starting to do that Tony Romo thing where he's favoring people he likes, and that's not how he operates.
He never operate like that,
because on one drive he gave the ball 6 straight times to AB, and I'm like, okay, granted, AB was wide open on a few of those, but I'm like, you can't be favoring, because then once they double team you and you looking for him again.
Yeah, because that last interception he threw, he just
threw it
up there. It was nobody back there
except
his
for the
receiver
defender.
Cut short. This was weird.
And now
it was a good game though.
It was a great game,
and
big wins for the Rams who pulled it out.
Yeah.
And now next week it's a telltale because.
But the Chiefs haven't beaten the Bucks since 1993.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes now.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, fellas.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
So let's get into week 12.
All right, here we go.
For that,
your favorite team, Dolphins, Jets. Who you got?
Well, they pulled Tua last week.
Here's what happened. I don't know what happened on that last drive, but that last drive they put in Fitzpatrick to win them the game.
This is confusing. When you give the job to the young quarterback,
give the job. Yeah, you got it. You got to trust him.
These are the moments you drafted him for, man.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the Dolphins.
I'm gonna take the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Definitely take the Dolphins.
They'll bounce back. Texans, Lions.
Pick them. Give me the Lions.
I'll take the Texans.
Is that Thursday? That's Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Didn't the Texans beat the Patriots?
They did.
So I'm taking the Texans.
All right. Washington football team versus Cowboys. I'm taking.
This is Thursday.
This is also
this
Thursday.
Is the Cowboys and Indians game.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, yeah. Well, the fact that it's Thanksgiving Day for you to say that, but all right, whatever.
No, they always put that game on Thanksgiving.
I know, I get it. But I didn't like. I didn't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, whatever. Who you got, dude?
I'll take the Cowboys.
All right.
Yeah,
Freddie, who you got?
I'm gonna take Washington because I like their defense.
All right, I'm gonna take the Cowboys. Ravens, Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers.
That's also a Thursday night game.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steelers.
Give me the Steelers.
I'm rooting for them to go undefeated, but I know it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, give me the Steelers.
All right. Giants, Bills.
Bengals.
I'm sorry.
I'll
take the Giants.
I'm gonna take the Giants because the Bengals
lost
their quarterback. Yeah.
Same here. Cardinals, Patriots. I'm gonna take the Patriots, obviously.
Cardinals.
Panthers, Vikings.
Give me the Vikings.
Give me the Panthers. Ready? Who you
Panthers? I'm gonna take the Panthers.
Browns, Jaguars. I'm taking the Browns. Browns have been winning games without
you're
OBJ.
Impressed.
I am impressed because
without
OBJ.
Now, is this OBJ's fault?
No, but I think we have a system. We know who the number one guy is.
Because now you just move Landry to the number one spot.
That's it. So I'm going to take
and their running backs have been, doing their job.
I think, you know what? Yeah, I'll take the Browns.
So we got all the Browns?
Yeah.
All right, Browns. Titans, Colts. I'm taking the Titans. Titans have to win that game.
Colts at home. I'm going to take the Colts.
I'm going to take the Colts. They're hot. They're hot right now. You just beat Green Bay, you're hot.
Yeah. Chargers, Bills. I'm going to take the Bills.
Yeah, Chargers got to go across
I'm going to take
country.
the Chargers just because I want
Justin Herbert. Yeah. Raiders, Falcons taking the Raiders.
Oh, wait. So that means Justin Herbert might overpass Joe Burrow as rookie of the year.
Yes.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'll take the Raiders.
Raiders, right?
Against the Falcons.
Yes. Even though they lost, but I like what I'm seeing from the Raiders.
Yeah, me too.
49ers, Rams taking the Rams.
49ers, Rams. Yeah, Rams.
Rams. Give me the Rams.
Saints, Broncos. I'm taking the Saints.
I'm gonna take the Broncos.
I'm gonna take the Broncos.
Up in Denver.
Yeah.
Saints.
I don't know why, but the Broncos.
I think that Taysom Hill rookie guy is not going to work out in Denver as a quarterback.
Jameis Winston, do you guys think he's going to play?
No.
No, I don't think he's going to start either. Chiefs, Buccaneers. I'm taking the Chiefs, which puts the Bucks at 7-5. So I don't want to hear anything.
Taking the Bucks.
About the Patriots being 4-6.
I'm going to take the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs.
Dude, they still going to make the playoffs.
No, but look, here's the thing. I'm just saying, Y'all gonna act like they are superior. Bears, Packers. I'm taking the.
That's gonna be a good one.
Oh,
That's the Monday night game.
I'm taking the Packers.
Sunday night.
I'm gonna take the Packers because they need this win.
They definitely do.
They definitely do.
And the Bears are not playing like the Chicago Bears that I know. I'm taking the Packers.
I'll take the Packers.
Seahawks, Eagles, Monday night game. I'm taking the Seahawks.
I'm taking Seahawks. I don't believe in Carson Wentz no more.
Yeah, we'll take the Seahawks.
And that's it.
And those are our picks. Let's talk.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast.
What's been going on in the world of music, entertainment?
Scooter Braun.
Man, how he get her masters? He owned her masters?
So he bought the label that owns
Oh.
Taylor Swift's masters.
So he caking up.
And so in he had her masters.
And he sold them for $300 million.
300 million.
Which, if you think about it, it's kind of cheap, but it's still a lot of money.
I expected her catalog to really get more.
Yeah.
But
I'm like, how is that? Because I'm like,
nah,
hold
Taylor
up.
Swift you're talking about, bro. Like, I'm gonna need at least
and that's
half a billion.
But when y'all was saying it was cheap, I'm like, that's 300 million. That ain't cheap.
True,
but I get it.
But
on the level of
it
her.
may put her in position to buy it back.
You gotta understand. You gotta understand that she does no sampling. Everything is original, from like the last string of guitar to like the last vocal chord.
Which is impressive. I like that.
I didn't know that.
Because
but
everybody uses
funny
samples.
enough, you mentioned that she had the money. She had the money to buy it. He didn't. Supposedly, she says that he never gave her the option to buy it back.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I don't believe is true.
I hope she gets it back. It's hers.
And I feel like she's a little salty because she's re-recording her
old music again.
Right.
Well, that's not going to work.
Yeah, because they already bought it.
What's the deal with the American Music Awards?
We're about to put that up right now, guys.
They were very disrespectful, I'm hearing.
No. That was the Grammys.
Oh, that was the Grammys that was disrespectful.
That was the Grammys that were disrespectful.
But didn't the baby get robbed or something?
No, okay, so yes.
Lil Baby.
So Little Baby got robbed of the best new artist of the year. They gave it to Doja Cat. Mm-hmm. And this goes back to, once again, the BET Awards, giving that to Megan Thee Stallion over Rodney Ricch, the Baby, and Little Baby.
Right.
Guys, there's no way that these... Don't get me wrong.
So it's some political stuff.
It's political stuff. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that these...
like, it's bad, like, women, they're trying to empower women. Like, I understand why.
Yeah, I get it. But let's not be unfair about the situation.
What y'all think about the Kevin Hart special?
It was a little disappointing
coming
from a big Kevin Hart fan.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just being honest, people. Like I'm a Kevin Hart stan, so I proved everything. Yeah. But it was a little disappointing, simply because I went back and I rewatched the one before this one, and I was crying tears because it was still funnier than this one.
Right.
Yeah.
This one, he hit me with some jokes that were funny, but like as a whole, it didn't hit me.
Right. Yeah. Also, too, I think he's not accustomed to doing small venue audiences.
No, he's not. So I don't think he prepared as well
as he should have.
Yeah. And I thought he was going to go more in depth of like recovering from that big surgery.
I definitely
he only hit that like once, and I was like, okay. Yeah. And then I understand why he keeps talking about his kids.
And even that joke about dude wiping his butt and all that, Martin said the same thing.
Yeah.
Martin said the same exact joke. Remember Martin was in the accident and was in the hospital and said a tear came down his eye. And it's one of those things, so.
Good eye.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, well, I'm from that era.
Yeah. So this is the back to the debate we were talking about last week, where is Kevin Hart able to transcend to the next generation like Dave has? Yeah. If you put out content like this, we're talking about strictly comedy. Movies is he's a different animal with movies. Right. Strictly comedy. These specials like this is not going to carry enough weight for you to do that.
And coming from your generation, who you watch comedians grow up, I know
constantly,
I know Kevin Hart is not even in their catalog.
No, he's not. He's not.
But he's capable. He's capable. He has capability.
Yeah, he's capable for us as a young generation.
Well, I gave up on him. Y'all keep him alive. What about the Undertaker retiring?
Yeah, so
did he retire already?
Sunday was Survivor Series, where he debuted at like 30 years ago. So this is his 30th anniversary. He finally called it quits.
30 years. Wow.
Clap that up for him.
See?
Undertaker, man. Legendary.
When it came to, like, wrestling, I forget that they're, like, human. Because I'm so attached to their storyline.
Yeah, right, and all of them when they perform and the way that they do, because he's done amazing stuff, and he's a dead man. Like we was all when we used to hear that dung,
it was over. We always got scared.
Oh my god, what?
But why did they like retire him in Survivor Series and not WrestleMania?
Because Survivor Series was technically where he debuted.
Oh,
that's where he came in at first, and then Vince had the idea to make that streak go on, because behind the scenes, Undertaker wanted that streak to end a long time ago.
Got it.
The
WrestleMania streak, and it just became a thing when Vince was like,
"Nah, you can't."
Right, you can't. Let's keep it going, and
guys, where can we be reached?
We can. Fred, you got an article?
Oh yeah, the disabled story.
Oh, we have a disabled story.
We do.
Excuse me. Okay.
This week's story is about mirror therapy, where they take people who've lost a limb, so like your leg or your arm, and they're trying to control phantom limb pain, which is really difficult to control because your brain keeps sending signals to your arm or wherever,
even though
your arm ain't there, and you feel this enormous amount of pain, like somebody is like constantly
picking at it. Yeah.
I've even heard that people who've lost their leg can feel it itching.
Yes.
And it's not there.
Yes. So what the mirror therapy does is they put you in this stimulation with like VR, where they basically show you that your leg is there, and then your brain is sending signals to that part, but because you see your leg there, you don't feel any pain because it's there.
So it's a placebo of some sort.
It's basically a placebo effect, and it's been very, very useful with like the technology that we have now.
And what is it called? Mirror?
It's called mirror therapy.
Mirror, I like that.
Like there's a little side effects to it, like long-term effects. When you're not constantly taking the therapy, they don't know how your body will react to, like, your brain wanting to do certain movements that you could do, because it's gotten to a point where in the virtual reality you can move with the virtual reality leg. So it's like your brain thinks that you're moving with a leg that's not there.
Right.
And so they don't know the long-term effects of doing that when you're not in it, because your brain still sends signals to that area. So it might even increase the pain because you're not constantly in the therapy. So that's what they're still working on to improve and to look at further research.
That's amazing.
But it's crazy, and like with technology now, that's gonna be the next level of treatment.
Right.
For people, for veterans.
Right.
For people who, just like had to amputate it.
Right, and get rid of something.
Diabetes.
People from diabetes and stuff. And even for a lesser degree, where they start off to prepare you, they literally prepare you with a mirror. So they put a mirror like right in front of your hallway, and then they're like, okay, close your eyes and remember a time where you had your leg or your arm, and that's how you start. Because they slowly transition you into using this machine. Right. And so
it becomes easier for them to use prosthetic legs when they're accustomed to.
Exactly that too. Because that could be amazing. I didn't even think about that. That could be amazing where like they could use this therapy to treat it.
Right.
The pain, but then they could use it also to like transition you to your prosthetic leg or prosthetic equipment. Yeah. So for us who we don't have that technology, we could do the same thing. We could put a mirror and try to correct our walking, say, you tend to lean more to one side, you can correct your brain and tell it to move a certain way because it's all in your brain.
Yeah.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we can be reached.
We can be reached on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. Disabled Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notifications.
Hit the bell.
Comment. We love y'all. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the food.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Able with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands